Yeah, so let's get into this ran off on with the bag list real quick. So we've been talking on this show for a long time. We like how people run off on the plug. We call it running off on the bag with the bag in the NBA. What we do on this show. And we ain't done a list in a while, but it's time to update the list, man. So without further ado, and I gotta play put the plies during this joint. The
Ran off on the plug twice.
Ran off on the plug twice. He started calling, I ain't calling back.
But so
calling, I ain't calling back
at all. So first nigga who sings that song every day on the way to work is Ben Simmons.
Ran off on the plug twice. He started calling, I ain't calling back.
So he's number one on my list.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have any pushback on that?
No, none.
Right.
Not a single. I can't even begin to pretend to make an argument, bro. No.
And he just asked, he got opted out again. I mean, bought out again.
It has the nerve to have a list of where he wants to go. Said, I want to play for a contender. I'm only shut up.
That's crazy. He could even say that, and then somebody let him get away with that. But anyways, Joel Embiid is number two, and I definitely think he's
I got Zion number two.
okay. I ain't mad at that. He's my number three, so I could flip flop those two. I just made it off of who came in my head first.
I got you.
And Joel was second. Yeah, and then Zion.
Joel is definitely a bag runner, bro.
Yeah, he big bag running.
400 games played, 400 games missed. Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. How you below 500 in games played?
That's crazy.
That's wild work right there. That's crazy. Bro got an MVP, bro. That's all he cared about, dogs.
That was his. You said it last year. That was his. That was his
championship.
reign. That was his championship. The MVP.
Yep. Zion at the two or the three. Yeah, because Zion never plays.
That not only does he never play, he don't want to play. You can tell he don't want to play. He don't care about playing. And out of all the stuff we've talked about, everyone, his is the most personally contributed. Being fat, being out of shape, coming in lazy, coming in out of shape, running, getting hurt. Like his is directly. And he even sat there and said, I don't play back to back. They don't make you play back to back. No one should have to make you. That should make you sad to be like, yo, so y'all have that little faith in me? No, you were so happy to say, I don't play back to backs. You was excited about that. I work for them, so I can't play. Like
now you listen to them for everything, huh?
Yeah, I work for the Pelicans. They told me
I'd like to play back to back.
I can't do it. Like,
but I work for the Pelicans.
Yeah, you
statistically, they said it's not good for me to play back to back.
Yeah,
and then bro was trying about to bust out laughing the whole time.
Let me make this clear to everybody out there. If I can play in the back-to-backs, I would. I physically, yes, I can. But I work for the Pelicans. They have decided that based off the numbers, it's not smart to do that right now. So, if that's what they feel, I'm rocking with them on that. But yes, if I could play in a back-to-back, I would.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying he don't play back-to-backs, but then he's never in shape to play games, period. So you should play back-to-backs to work yourself in game shape, but you're spending more time resting than doing anything else. Like, so when you get out there, I'm just letting it go.
How old is Zion? He's like 24, 23 or something.
Him and Luka like damn near the same age.
Bro, acting like he's 35 years old.
Big bag runner.
Yeah, he's running in a 4 flat with the bag.
Man.
All right, and next on my list is Bradley Beal, bro. But before I put Bradley Beal, I'm gonna say Tobias Harris goes in front.
That was mine. I was gonna say I'm going Tobias over Bradley.
Well, let me say why Bradley Beal is on there. I'll let you get the Tobias off. Bradley Beal is on the list for me, bro. I think Bradley Beal is gonna go down as he led the league in scoring, so I'll give him his credit for that, man. Respect to Bradley Beal, man. But he led the league in scoring, and that's going to go down as why this era is weak. Like him having a scoring title, because That's crazy. He won a scoring title. Now he averages 17, and the Suns are trash all the time. And he's supposed to be that guy who won the scoring title, and he's just non-existent a lot of the time. And he's not trash. He's still good, but for some reason he does not mesh at all on the Suns. He doesn't fit with the team, and he can't play. But not being able to play with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker is just wild to me. And then he's the reason why Kevin Durant couldn't get traded because he wouldn't give up that no trade clause.
Yep.
And like you said before the show, Mace, every single team was offered Bradley Beal, and nobody wanted him. And to me, that's why he on this list, bro, because his bag was so big that they gave him that nobody in the world will come anywhere near him with a trillion-foot pole. Pause, but go ahead. How you feel, man? Oh, no, yeah, how you feel about Tobias though? Why
Oh
he
no,
on the
honestly,
list?
you make the perfect point about him being over Tobias. Only reason I have Tobias over him is because, well, Tobias he never did nothing. Hey, like I feel you. You got to at least give Bradley that one thing. He has a scoring title, nothing else. If you don't give nothing else, you give him that.
Yeah,
Tobias literally has done nothing. Like,
yeah, facts.
he averaging 13 points a game right now. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
And Bradley averages two more shots than he does.
exactly, and not even that. So when we look at the history, Bradley Beal hit him. I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal, but he had a little phase where he was like, "All right, we're gonna try to put the team on his back in Washington and see what he can do." It didn't work. That's fine.
Not at
Tobias
all.
Harris has never been at a point where they put him as even the third option. Like, and
Yeah.
you made that much money, you're not even the third option on your teams. Like that. That's the thing about it. At least Bradley Beal's been a point where people squinted at him, was like, maybe it's John Wall's fault, But it's true. They were like, maybe it's John Wall's fault. He's always
Nigga
hurt.
said they
Let's see what
squinted at
Bradley
him.
can do. And he failed. That's fine. But we squinted enough to see if you could do it. Nobody's ever looked at Tobias Harris and said, you know what that guy deserves? What? $100 million? Like, what? And the
You
one
think
person,
Tobias over me?
Right.
yeah, bruh, you took Tobias. This is, man, come on, man.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, Tobias, let me see what this last contract was.
It's on like 20, it's on like 52 million guaranteed.
He getting 2 years 52 right now. But before that, he had the 100 mil though, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
He was getting
Hey,
stupid back,
Bradley Beal is getting 5 years, 251,
which is crazy.
51 a year. Bradley Beal's getting that, dog. I used to get him confused with Eric Gordon all my life.
That's what
I
I'm
used to be
saying.
like, Bradley Beal play for the or the Rockets? No.
And that's why I have Tobias over Bradley Beal, because Bradley Beal at one point, people even thought he was an all-star or he could lead a franchise, even if it was dumb to think that. You looked at him and said, damn, dude is scoring like 30 a night. You feel me? Like, all right, I give
that's all-star worthy.
Yeah, Tobias Harris is like,
50 million a year is wild.
That's a wild number. But Tobias Harris was sitting on 100 million, and he was like, "What you ever? I'm bringing 17 and 2 to the table." Like, what?
And 2 is crazy.
17 and 2 to the table for you. Like, what? And you got to think here. And he's been on how many teams? He was on the Bucks, Magic, Pistons, Clippers, 76. Like, he's moved around. At least Bradley Beal's like, "Hey, I stayed here. It didn't work. I'm on a new team." You made 100 million. You've seen like 5 teams in your career, bro. Like, what?
Yeah. He's
tough
on Detroit twice. This is the second
That's a tough sell for me, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's a tough sell.
He back on Detroit now.
Yep.
Yeah, where he should
Hey,
be.
he averaged 20 on his last year with the Clippers. And then that's it. He only averaged 19, 18, and 16 below. But he wasn't consistently averaging 16, 18, 19, 20, 18,
right.
19, 19, 17. That's what
Are you ready for this? Here it goes.
But
Tobias Harris career earnings, $300 million.
Hey man, salute to him, man. That's just a lot of money.
Wait, let me. I wasn't done. One more. You ready?
1 more. 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 1
This makes him the highest player in NBA history who has never been selected for an All-Star game. And this man's made $300 million in this game. At least Bradley Beal's been a reserve. Like, you can, bro.
Based upon that stat, he has to move to number 1 on the list.
No, Ben Simmons is always going to be number 1.
Yeah, bro sat out for like 3 years just chilling.
Just to come back and
he didn't even go play baseball or nothing. He was out for longer than Jordan playing baseball.
Just to come back and average 6 points a game, bro. And talk about this is my year. I'm coming and put out more videos of him shooting threes in practice and everything just to get the game.
Nobody will ever take Ben Simmons' number 1 spot, bro.
Yeah, that boy is number 1.
Y'all can fight for number 2 because Ben got that shit on
Look, if someone turned around right now, the only person that can beat Ben Simmons if they offered Bronny $200 million contract tomorrow. That's it. Nobody else, because Ben is, bro.
It's not got even next on your list after Tobias.
You don't want to know. Move on.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, I already know what that means.
Oh, no, I don't want to know. Nah, go ahead. Get your shit off, bro.
You already know what that means.
Oh, you know what? Wait, who's on the list again? Read me the names. I got to be fair.
Ben Simmons.
Okay, we got him.
Ben Simmons.
Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid.
Zion, Bradley Beal.
Okay.
And Tobias.
And Jimmy finna curveball you with the Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. All right, I'll be fair.
You just spoiled it, man. Spoiler alert.
I'll be fair. I'll be fair. I will be fair. I'll put Gordon Hayward over Chris Paul.
That's obvious, Mace. Thank you so much.
It's not obvious for me. Don't make me do this. I don't want to do this, okay?
Yes, it is, bro.
No, it's not. You know what? Fine. I got Chris Paul number 3 on the list, okay? He is number 3 on my bag.
Said number 3. Shut up, bro.
This man is number 3 on my list, bro.
Jumped him straight
That's his jersey number, bro.
Exactly. And that's how many times he's let somebody down in the playoffs in a season. 3. Like 3 times a year. CP3. That's Curse Paul 3. That's what he is, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else, okay?
Yo, chill out, bro. I'm trying to get CP3 to come tap in with the iBall.
He should pull up. And I'm be honest with you. He can say whatever he wants to me. You ain't never played the game. You ain't never played at this high level. You're right. And I've never also tanked in the playoffs either. So I guess we got a lot in common. We both never won a chip. Let's see how that feels together. We can do this together. Listen, I gotta say this,
bro. You tripping?
Chris Paul has made $400 million in his NBA career.
That nigga has a look at his resume though.
Yes, injury.
Hey, I'm logging off, man.
Look, you can log out. I don't care. Chris Paul is the ultimate underachiever. He has no titles to show for it. He has no MVPs to show for it. I don't want to hear it, bro.
MVPs is bullshit. He had a couple years where he might have could have, you know what I'm saying, something.
Look, man, he has nothing. What is basketball about? Basketball is about winning. Chris Paul is not winning, and he's being paid to win.
Hey, he got vetoed out the Kobe deal. Otherwise, he would have a few rings. So cut it out.
No, he wouldn't have. That's a blessing to Kobe, because Kobe would have went down without those 2 rings. You're telling me?
Hey,
wait,
Scoob, log off.
No. See, if you're going to sit here and tell me that Kobe Bryant and Chris Paul would have been a better duo than Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol, you're bugging.
I'm not saying that, but they would have
because that's
both
what
been
it was
really
vetoed
great,
for.
nigga.
But I'm saying that's what it was vetoed for. You're acting like they vetoed it and Kobe didn't get. They vetoed him and he got Pau Gasol.
Dwight Howard was on the rebound. It was flipping. That's why they canceled it, because they was flipping Bynum for Dwight Howard, and then the league was like, all the other teams were like, hell no, nah, man. Mark Cuban started calling and was like, how you gonna let this happen? So you telling me you gonna put Dwight Howard, CP3, and Kobe on the same team? Yeah. And you talking about
David Stern was like, nah.
And how did that end up?
Dwight Howard.
After all that happened, how did it end up? Kobe with 2 more titles. Kobe with 2 more titles without CP3.
Dean was getting 2 or 3 more titles regardless.
Bro, he was not winning them 3 titles with CP3, bro. You are crazy to think that.
That's because you acting like the team was over after that, when it was just going to be CP3 and then they was going to keep Sasha Vujacic and then go to the chip.
Bro,
no, they was going to flip Bynum for somebody else like they did 2 years later.
You are over.
Bynum got flipped for Dwight, but too late. It was too late.
You're overvaluing Chris Paul, bro, with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant works way better at Pau Gasol. He was a better fit for
And you
him
never
than
saw him with
CP3.
an all NBA point guard, Mace. That's
That's
why.
always injured.
And he's
That
a
was
two-way.
injured.
Chris
Bro,
Paul's
you know what's
two-way. You
crazy?
be hating on
You're
Chris Paul. He was a two-way player in the
bro,
Hornets, bro.
you're acting like Chris
Yeah, he was.
Paul.
You talking
You're
about
acting like
Rockets?
bro.
Chris Paul be hurt. That's you talking
You're
about
acting
two-way?
like Chris Paul was the greatest player before he came to LA. Chris Paul wasn't
He was a
fucking
top
going to
three
the he
point
wasn't going to the
guard in the
finals.
league,
He
Mace.
wasn't going to the
Yes.
finals. He wasn't going to the finals. He wasn't doing nothing like that. You're acting like he traded him and he was going to get like Steph.
I'm
in
not
his
acting
prime.
like nothing. I'm telling you that he was all NBA, he was all defense, and he was a top three point guard in the league. That's what I'm telling you.
Where did he go? Okay, so where did he go after the trade got vetoed?
He went to
After
the Clippers
New
and,
Orleans?
they
And
was
how
great.
did that work out for him? The same way.
He
did
made the
nothing.
Clippers a relevant town, a relevant team for like 5 years straight.
Relevant and winning aren't the same thing. That's the Dallas Cowboys. They're
I
relevant
never said
losers.
they won, my boy.
That's what we're talking about. Winning. We're
No,
talking about
you
winning.
talking about winning. You devalue Chris Paul's entire career, but we see mad niggas have careers that they didn't win, but like AI, who you love, and that nigga didn't win shit. So we can't get
yes, he
Chris
did. Yes,
Paul
he did. Yes, he
he's
did.
trash because
Yes,
he
he
never
did.
won. And
AI didn't win
AI is
anything.
that guy.
AI won nothing.
AI did not win anything. What are you saying? He did win an MVP?
Did he go? He went to the finals.
He went there. He didn't win.
He went to the
anything.
finals, and he stopped the Lakers from going a perfect 16-0 and put his name in the history books.
Yeah.
While Chris,
He's that guy for
MVP
that.
number
And
one.
CP3 took the.
Even Shaq
Go ahead,
said
I'm
out of
gonna
his own
finish.
mouth. Even Shaq said AI is different. He came to the hole. I'd knock him down. He would get up and come
He
again
was.
and come again. Pause. Don't put AI on the same pedestal as Chris Paul. They're not even the same player. Chris Paul can't lace AI's shoes.
All right, so I never put them in the same thing, but I'm just saying literally that you just dismissing Chris Paul because he's not a winner. That's your point, is that he's not a winner. AI, as great as he was, and as whenever you get done with all the Shaq quotes and everybody's quotes, he was that great, but he did not win shit. He lost. He got to the finals and lost, and his team wasn't competent, so they was going to lose. So yeah,
Did he
gets
win
all
an
the credit for
MVP?
doing all that. Chris Paul needs to get credit from you, me, and everybody else because on the Rockets, he took that weak ass squad with James Harden into Game 7 against the Kevin Durant Warriors, bro. That's the best team ever assembled from top to bottom.
And what happened?
They lost in Game 7. He didn't play.
Why did they lose?
He didn't play.
Like he never does. Don't try to change the narrative. They lost because he did what he always does. He's not available when you need him.
Yeah, but that's injuries though. That's not him. He was him when he's not hurt. He's him.
So is Joel Embiid then. So take him off the back runner list.
Joel Embiid played 400 games.
But when he's not injured, he's an MVP. So you can't have it both ways. You can't say when CP3 is not injured, he's great, but when Joel Embiid's injured, it doesn't count.
He played a lot more games than Joel in the first 800 games of his career. It wasn't 500 and below 500. So
it doesn't matter. You're saying injuries. If you're going to use injuries, use them on both sides. Don't use them to your advantage with Chris Paul, but not Joel Embiid, who's an MVP, by the way.
You're bringing up injuries, bro.
You did. What are you talking about? Run the tape back. You're the one
Chris
that said
Paul.
he was
You brought
injured.
up Chris Paul's injuries, bro. Before I said a word, so you brought it up.
All right, bro.
I hadn't said nothing.
All right, you run the tape back, and you're going to hear you say he was injured. Bet money.
I know what you said. You brought it up. You was talking about Chris Paul, and I chimed in.
Long story short, Chris Paul's made almost $500 million. He has nothing to show for it. I get it. Point guard this, point guard that. He has nothing to show for it, and I don't give a fuck. You can say what you want. Y'all overvalue that man.
Hold on.
Overvalue that man.
12-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA first team, 5-time All-NBA second team.
How many MVPs?
That's a bullshit award. That's biased.
Bro, how many MVPs?
And he ain't no MVP. No, we know that.
Okay, he has no MVPs. He has
all
no
NBA
championship.
is great.
He has none of that.
All NBA 5 times is tough.
Wait, so all NBA matters, but not most valuable player doesn't matter?
Yes, to me.
The most valuable player doesn't matter, but
I'm
all
not
NBA
saying
matters.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's biased. It's more biased than it is all NBA because it's harder to be biased in an MVP voting than it is in an all NBA picking 5 people that were all NBA for the year, you have to go off of everything that they did for that year. The MVP, it can come down to 3 or 4 people that had really good years, and then you could be biased based upon who you like the better, or whose numbers you want to go with, or who won the most that year, like they did with Steve Nash, when numbers was all of a sudden 15, 12 points a game, win your MVP, 14 points a game, 15 points a game, won that man 2 MVPs. But then Russell Westbrook averages a triple double. It's an MVP, or he averages 31.
So you'd rather not have an MVP than an All NBA. That's what you're saying.
I'd rather them be. They can have all of them, but have them
no,
voted by non-media.
If someone
members.
said, "Jay Meeks, do you want to win Do you want to be the NBA most valuable player for the year of 2025, or do you want to be All NBA?" You're going to take All NBA.
Ask me 2 different questions. Let me answer the first question, because the first question is, I want all of the awards to exist, but I don't want the media to be the ones that's choosing the people, because then it becomes biased. If we let actual people that played basketball and coach basketball and are GMs or previous GMs and shit, those should be the guys who vote for the MVPs. Then it could be a legit award. Then we can have legit conversations around the MVP award. And the All NBA, you can apply the same logic to that shit, and you can call it bullshit if you want to too, and say it's biased. But I'm just saying, if you want to say one's more biased than the other, MVP's more biased than anything, because it can come down to 2 or 3 players. Like I said, when Dirk won it, you could have gave it to fucking Kobe. When Tim Duncan won it, you could have gave that shit to Kobe. When Nash won both of them, you could have gave one to Shaq. You could have gave one to Kobe. And they say you could have gave one to LeBron. When LeBron won it, you could have gave that one to Kobe in 2009. So it's all about what numbers they chose to be the better numbers that year. That the MVP trophy is bullshit, my nigga. We done said that shit many times on here. So I'm just saying, for you to hold Chris Paul to the narrative, that's your opinion. I ain't mad at that, but I don't agree with you holding Chris Paul to he don't got no MVP narrative when the MVP.
No, the narrative to me is he's overvalued for what he's produced. That's my narrative. Not a narrative. That's a fact.
As an All NBA player, was he overvalued?
He's overvalued because he has nothing to show. You're right, Meeks.
I'm asking you, as an All-NBA player.
We're going to argue about this forever because it doesn't line up to me. You can't tell me to sit down with the greats when you sit down with these dudes in a room like Kobe and Jordan and Shaq, and these dudes got MVPs and they got finals and they got finals appearances and trophies, and then Chris Paul standing there like, well, they don't line up.
He's standing there with the point guards though, and he's not
standing there with Magic. He's not standing there with Steph. He's not standing there with Zeke. What are you talking about?
After you name the first 2 or 3, he's standing right there. So you bugging.
So wait, so he's standing in the 4th tier.
No, the 4th player. He's a top tier. He's
the
top 5.
Who's your top 5?
Or top 10, worst case.
Who's your top 5 point guards then?
Like you said, Magic, Steph, Isaiah, and then we got to start thinking about Chris Paul. That's it.
Thank you. We have to start thinking about Chris Paul. You're acting like Chris Paul could stand up there with them because what? He has nothing like they have, bro. He doesn't have it.
I'm going Kyrie right there. Or Chris Paul.
I agree.
Kyrie's over Chris Paul. Then we got John Stockton, J. Kidd.
I got Chris Paul in my top 10.
Yeah,
no, Chris Paul's definitely a top 10 player. I'm not arguing that.
What's up?
You say you got him in top 10?
Chris Paul, point guards all time. I got him in my top 10.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm saying he's arguably top 5.
I don't have any problem with that argument. What I'm saying is when we start listing these qualifications and these greats and these people who are up there, you're listing Chris Paul and he doesn't have the accolades to stand up with them is what I'm saying, because you're listing, well, he's got all NBA. Cool, he has no MVPs, he has no finals, we don't want to talk about it, but that's what's killed Charles Barkley his whole career. That's what's killed Karl Malone his whole career. You have Patrick Ewing. You have nothing to show for it. You have no titles. You have no MVPs. They've killed them for that. But now when it comes to Chris Paul, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter because no, it does matter. And let's stop acting like it doesn't matter. It does.
When they got done bashing him for not winning the ring because he didn't team up and all of that shit, he's the top 50 player.
Who is?
Servingly.
Who is?
Charles.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, to this day, even on the panel, shut up, Chuck, you don't know what a title feels like. But when it comes to Chris Paul, we don't have that conversation because we like him.
Shaq can roast him, but other niggas can't roast Charles.
Can he roast him?
Can he? But is it really roastable?
But what I'm saying, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying Chris
Kenny
Paul
says it
isn't.
don't hit like when Shaq says it, bro.
I'm not saying Chris Paul isn't great. I'm not saying he's not a hooper. What I'm saying is when we start naming these people that we're naming in this top 10, 5, we'll go top 5 list.
He ain't nowhere near the top 10 of all time.
No, I'm talking about point guards, top 5. If we got him at number 5 on the point guard list, which we go with that. What I'm saying is once you start naming, well, why is he here? Why is he here? Why is he here? Why? And you get to Chris Paul, it's going to be, well, he was a point god. Like he has his all NBA. But okay, what about Steph? Steph's got 4 titles. Magic's got 5 titles. Kyrie's got a title and the best handle ever. Like that's what I'm saying. We'll start having these conversations that Chris Paul's going to be not able to stack up with for me.
So if Chris Paul, all right. So if Kyrie didn't win no rings, I know you probably still got Kyrie over Chris Paul, of course.
Yeah, because Kyrie is arguably the most skilled player you've ever seen with a basketball in their hand.
Chris Paul's one of the best point guards I've ever seen.
He is, definitely. But we're not, I agree with you. He is one of the best ever. What I'm saying is once we start stacking them up, I can't go, well, you're a quintessential point guard and that's why you're here. I get you made $400 million and you brought nothing to the table but the quintessential point guard, which we love so much. But that's what now to me?
You only saying that because he got hurt, not because he didn't come to
if he didn't get hurt, then he might have the championship. But because he's hurt, he doesn't have them. And we have to take that into consideration. We can't discount that.
Is Grant Hill a bag runner? All right. If he's on the bag runner list, I mean, he's not on the bag runner list, and neither is Chris Paul.
Well, like we said, what was Grant Hill's contract?
He had too much at the time to be hurt all the time. He was making max money at the time.
Yeah. So he was hurt all the time.
Back then, it was like 4 years, 82 million back then.
Yeah. Was there ever a time when he wasn't hurt?
Yeah, and he was at the beginning he wasn't hurt, and then after that
Detroit.
He was on one leg for real.
Well, then same thing with Gordon Hayward. He got hurt, and then he got the money. He's a bag runner. But like we said, here's the thing. Once they got hurt, that was kind of it. We can take that. Chris Paul was hurt, but not hurt. Played another 2 years, but not again. Then went to another team and elevated them. Then left again. And that's what I'm saying. His career's been injured when it hurts the most. But as a whole, he's been injured. It's just he's injured whenever you need him most. Whereas Penny Hardaway, bro, you were just injured. Brandon Roy, you were just injured. Like Tracy McGrady, you got injured. You were just injured. Where Chris Paul, like you got injured in game 6. You got injured. Right, Chris Paul, you got injured in game 6. You got injured in game 7. You got injured in game 4.
All right, man. I'm done with you, bro.
You get beat up.
So it matters. It matters at the time period in which your fucking leg goes out.
Yes, it does. Bro. So you don't think it matters if you get injured in the beginning of the season and you get injured every year in game 5 or 6 when your team's about to win the
a nigga can't control that shit, bro. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter because he can't control it. He's just injury prone, dog.
How come he's only injury prone in the last 3 games of a series when they're about to win?
You acting like that nigga twisted his ankle and he just not trying to hoop. Which is why I said he's cursed
Paul the Third. He's cursed. It's just what it is.
That's why I'm not fucking with you, bro. This nigga, imagine you pull your hamstring. You ain't even finna go to work tomorrow, nigga, if you pull your fucking hamstring.
You know what's funny? I guess what? And I'll do one better. I am a supervisor. I work for a company where I have my own department. If the same fool pulls his hamstring every single Friday when he got to come to work, guess what? You might need a new job, my boy, because I feel like you getting hurt every Friday when it's payday. I don't want to hear that, bro. You're always sick on payday. I don't want to hear it.
Nigga, the MRIs and all that shit all the scans they ran was positive, nigga.
And guess what? Then you might need to work for another company because for some reason, for my company, you're injured every payday. So go find a new company to work for, bro. Wait, so you telling me if you had...
I'm done with you, bro.
No, listen. If you ran me, no. If you had a company, you running a big dog company, and you have an employee every single Friday when it's payday Friday, he calls you.
See how you naming the employee without the accolades? If my best employee, who's top 5 ever... Yes, nigga. He can get something happen on Friday. He might need to get off early on Fridays, bro. But I'm making all this money off of this man.
What's your biggest ability? What's your biggest ability in working, Minx?
availability.
Thank you. Next topic, which he doesn't have.
Man.
Moving on.
Man. Subscribe to the iBall Network, bro. This dude is wild, man.
This dude is factual.
He don't like Chris Paul, clearly.
No, see, you keep saying that. I like Chris Paul.
Nigga, I don't have to say it. It's clear as day.
Bruh, I like Chris Paul. I just told you he's top 5, but I'm saying we're not good. I'm not one of these people who's going to keep saying he's top 5, but not point out the fact that the 4 people ahead of him have way more than he does.
This nigga, man. You get on my nerves, bro. Let's talk about the All-Stars, bro. That wasn't even a topic, but I'm glad it is now. Hey, last thing I'm gonna say too, we forgot somebody on the ran off on the bag list. Draymond. 4 years, $100 million, at least twice. Fuck out of here. That's all I gotta say. Fuck out of here, Draymond.
Was that during that run or after?
I don't give a fuck. He ain't worth $100 million. Well, I had to throw that in there because this nigga name is still up on my list, and I never said this drunk because we got into that argument about Chris Paul. But Draymond is over Chris Paul on any list of bag runners. Chris Paul is a real point guard, a real top 5 nigga at his position, and he never averaged a triple single in his life. I'm off that. So yeah, man. Salute to the subscribers. We appreciate all y'all watching, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here, man. Make sure you hit the share button if you appreciate the content. And stream us on all the podcast platforms, man. iBall Network podcast on all the platforms and at the iBall Network on all social media. And you can follow us on social media too. It's on the screen. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Go Eagles.
Don't say nothing about Chris Paul.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I thought you
hey, man. Draymond over Chris Paul. All right, I'm out.
Look out of here. Yeah, hit the subscribe button, man. We out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Salute.
Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Yeah. Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Yeah. Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Salute to the ballers. Yeah. That's what they call us. Salute to the ballers. That's what they call us. Salute to the ballers. Yeah. That's what they call us. When I call brothers, it's the iBall brothers. Yeah, loyalty, love, and respect. That's what I call brothers. Yeah, you can see us. Use your eyeballs, brother. Mace in the place, heating shit up. Man, that's what I call the summer. Scoob in the loop, shutting shit down. Yeah, that's what I call a plumber. Yeah, my stock gon' come up. Y'all niggas not gon' come up. Cause y'all too politically correct. Y'all better get at me direct. Shit black and white and I'm like the refs. Cause if you get at me it's text. Flurries in the spot. Shit litter than a candle. Curry with the shot. Kyrie with the handle. Yeah, Claw with the hands. Maul a nigga like Shaq-a-do. Showtime like McAdoo. Don't make me show him what the McAdoo. Speaking of Max, shout out to Tracy. Niggas never gonna replace me. Introverted like Westbrook. I just need some fucking spacing.